first visit, my name is Peter Knowles, and I live on this classic wooden motor cruiser in and around Victoria, British Columbia, along with my lovely fiancée Andrea, all the while fixing it and another one up for some pretty ambitious cruising. If that's the sort of thing you might find interesting, please consider sticking around and subscribing. We'd love to have you. Well, we're currently in Princess Cove on Wallis Island in the Southern Gulf Islands, in the middle of our cruise to document all the morages in all the islands of the Southern Gulf Islands, or at least most of them. Anyway, it's going really, really well and we're having a ball. Look forward to seeing the beginning of that series in the next week or two. In the meantime, how about we just give you an idea of what we've been up to as we zip around the islands.
We selected over 60 locations on 21 islands, and here's the route needed to see them all. It's a bit complex, and it doesn't necessarily happen in order, but it was really, really fun. We started our tour in Fulford Harbor on Salt Spring Island, and straight away we headed down to Portland Island, an island that's completely a park with a harbor on the north side and the south side, making it a great first destination. Great sunsets, great fun, and great walks. What more could you ask for? With snug little Royal Cove on the north side and swinging around to the more open, anchoring Princess Bay on the south side, you get to see two completely different environments of the same island. Leaving Portland Island, we head east to the Penders, North and South Pender Island, that are separated by a narrow channel. South Pender Island doesn't have many anchorages, but most notably is Poets Cove, which is a marina resort, quite an illustrious place, and a fun place to stop and use their pools and hot tub. This rather interesting wooden riverboat was tied up to their outer breakwater, a place you can stay at a somewhat reduced cost. Carrying on towards North Pender, we get to transit the Pender Canal and the fabulous trestle bridge that crosses it. I just love stuff like this. Andrea had gone ashore, you can see her up on the bridge. That's so we could also have these shots. Carrying on from the Pender Canal, we continue into Port Browning, where there is another marina resort and, quite happily, a lovely little pub. Carrying on further east, we'll arrive at Saturna Island and one of our favorite new spots, the tiny little inlet of Boot Cove. Up until this point, I'd been mounting the Insta360 spherical camera on the aft bulkhead, which really didn't get the kinds of shots I was hoping for. And around the corner to the public wharf at Lisle Harbour.
Thanks very much.
I watched.
Well, the point is, when you watch, it goes perfect.
Absolutely.
It's the time I sat in the cockpit and said, let's see how he does, and I completely screw it up. Cheers.
Lisle Harbour is the ferry terminal for Saturna Island, and right at the ferry terminal there are a few little businesses, including a pub and a fantastic little hot dog joint, which we couldn't resist.
Come on.
Can we build a table for up here too?
And it's here I chose to start mounting the camera on the transom, and what an improvement that made in the shots we were getting. From Lisle Harbour, it's a short hop over to Winter Cove, also on Saturna Island, one of my favorite places in the southern Gulf. And there's also a fabulous little gut here where the tide can absolutely rip through, called Boat Pass, and it's just a spectacular place to be. Leaving Winter Cove, we head north through a series of islands and some relatively fast water as the tide rushed through to Main Island, and where we could take refuge in Bennett Bay for a little bit while the tide turned and enjoy some lovely wine and cheese.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. We need a table up here. This is lovely. Cheers. We're waiting for the tide to come up to go up that pass.
Oh, okay.
There's plenty of water, but I'd like there to be even more plenty of water.
Leaving the protection of Bennett Bay, we pass through a narrow gap out into the Strait of Georgia, but happily to quickly get into Campbell Bay, which is well protected from the strait. Campbell Bay is a really important spot for me. It's the first place I ever took Geordie when I first got it running some many years ago. And I came to the Campbell Bay Music Festival, which was just a fantastic experience. Sadly, the festival is no more. Over the next few episodes, we'll share with you our tour through the Southern Gulf Islands as we compile everything we need to create our Islands series, where we'll do a complete show on each and every of the 21 islands we've chosen to share with you. I hope you enjoy it. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to the show, which is easily done by clicking on the link in the top right. See you next week.